If you're over 60 and your legs often feel cold, puffy, heavy, tight, or tired for no clear reason, this video is for you. And if you're watching for a parent, partner, or someone you care about, you're in the right place too. What you're feeling is common after 60, but it's not automatically just aging, and it's not something you have to accept as your new normal. For many seniors, the bigger issue isn't effort. It's that the leg circulation, push system, the muscles that help drive blood and fluid back upward, gets less active when we sit more, move less, or only do the same gentle movement over and over.
Your heart pushes blood down into the legs, but your legs have to help push it back up against gravity. That's where the ankle, calf, shin, and thigh muscles act like a natural pump, squeezing, releasing, and guiding blood and fluid back toward your heart. When that pump gets quiet, fluid can hang around the ankles and feet. That's when you notice sock marks, swelling by evening, stiffness after sitting, restless legs at night, or that heavy cement legs feeling when you stand up.
Now here's the good news. You don't need a gym. You don't need long workouts. And you don't need anything risky for balance. Today, I'll guide you through a doctor-informed rehab-style chair routine you can do in about 5 minutes. It's gentle, low impact, and designed to wake up the exact muscles that support healthy circulation without stressing your joints. If you have sudden swelling in one leg, warmth, redness, a new sharp calf pain, chest pain, or sudden shortness of breath, do not do this workout. Seek urgent medical care. And if you have peripheral artery disease, diabetes with numbness, severe neuropathy, recent surgery, active ulcers, or you're on blood thinners, check with your clinician before starting any new exercise routine. Now, do a quick check-in. Do your feet get cold faster than they used to? Do your socks leave marks at the end of the day? Do your legs feel heavy after sitting, even for a short time? If yes, type yes in the comments. And if you're doing this to help someone you care about, type caring. All right, sit tall, feet flat, shoulders relaxed. Let's begin. And if you have stiff ankles, scoot your feet a little farther forward. This can make the motion smoother. 2 rules for every exercise today. 1, slow beats fast. 2, controlled beats force. You should feel gentle muscle work, not sharp pain. If anything causes dizziness, numbness that increases, or a pinching pain, pause and breathe, then reduce the range. Also, a quick myth to clear up. More reps is not always better. For circulation, the goal is a steady pump rhythm, like a heartbeat, so the muscle can squeeze and release repeatedly. Exercise number 1, seated ankle pumps. We start with the simplest and one of the most important movements, ankle pumps. This is the wake-up call for circulation. Why it matters? When you move your ankle through its full range, you activate muscles around the calf and shin. Those muscles sit next to veins and soft tissues that help move fluid upward. Think of it like squeezing a sponge, then letting it refill over and over. That repeated squeeze and release is what many seniors are missing during long sitting. What you should feel? A gentle working sensation in the calf and the front of the shin. Not cramping, not pain, just awake. How to do it? Keep your heels on the floor. Lift your toes up toward your shins. Hold for 2 seconds. Now press your toes down, lifting your heels slightly. Hold for 2 seconds. That's 1 cycle. Up, hold, down, hold. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't bounce quickly. Fast reps often reduce the pumping effect. Don't curl the toes. Lift from the ankle. Don't slide your feet. Keep them planted. Breathing. Exhale as you lift the toes. Inhale as you press down. Do 20 slow cycles. If you get tired, do 10, rest, then finish the last 10. Exercise number 2, seated heel raises. Next, we build the pump by strengthening the calf with heel raises. This is still chair safe, but it adds more push. Why it matters? Your calf muscles are a major part of the leg pump system. When they contract, they can help move blood and fluid upward. Stronger calves can also support steadier walking, better endurance, and less fatigue on stairs.
What you should feel: the back of the lower leg tightening like a firm squeeze. If you feel it mostly in the front of the shin, reduce the range and focus on pressing through the ball of the foot. How to do it: keep the balls of your feet planted. Slowly lift both heels as high as comfortable. Hold at the top for 3 seconds. Feel your calves tighten. Lower slowly for 3 seconds. Key detail: don't let your ankles roll outward or inward. Keep pressure even under the big toe and second toe. If your ankles wobble, lower the height and focus on steadiness. Reps: do 12 slow reps. Optional, gentle progression. On the last 3 reps, hold the top position for 5 seconds. If you ever cramp, pause, relax your foot, and restart with a smaller lift. If you're watching and find this content clear and easy to follow, please type "understand" in the comments. If anything feels unclear or difficult to follow, type number 2. Your feedback is valuable and helps us create even better content for you in the future. Exercise number 3, seated toe raises. Now we work the front of the lower leg, toe raises. Most people train the back of the calf but ignore the shin. For better walking and better ankle control, we want both sides active. Why it matters? The shin muscles help lift the front of your foot when you walk. When they're weak, people shuffle more, trip more, and feel less stable. Training them supports ankle control and creates a balanced pump, front and back, helpful for circulation and for safer steps. What you should feel: a controlled burn or tightening along the shin. If you feel pain in the top of the foot, reduce range and slow down. How to do it: keep your heels glued to the floor. Lift your toes and the front of your feet toward your shins. Hold for 3 seconds. Lower slowly for 3 seconds. Cues: keep the movement smooth. Don't yank your toes. Lift with control. Keep knees still. Movement from the ankle. Reps: do 10 to 12 slow reps. Micro reset, 5 seconds. Before we go to the thighs, shake your ankles gently. Roll the shoulders back and take 1 deep breath. That helps the body stay relaxed and prevents people from tensing their neck and jaw. Exercise number 4, seated knee extensions with pause. Now we move higher up the leg. This is where many I Walk Everyday seniors still miss strength and circulation support: the thigh. Why it matters? Your quadriceps help you stand up, climb stairs, and stabilize the knee. When they contract strongly, especially with a pause, they create a firm squeeze through the thigh. That squeeze supports circulation higher up the leg and strengthens a muscle group that many people undertrain as they age. What you should feel: the front of the thigh working. You might also feel the kneecap lift slightly. That's normal. You should not feel sharp knee pain. If you do, reduce range and keep the motion smaller. How to do it: sit tall with your back supported. Choose your right leg first. Slowly straighten your knee until your leg is as straight as comfortable. Pause at the top for 5 seconds. During the pause, gently but actively squeeze the thigh. Feel it turn on. Lower the foot down slowly for 3 seconds. Important form notes: your thigh stays on the chair. Don't lean forward to help the leg. Keep toes pointing toward the ceiling, not turned out. Reps: do 8 reps on the right leg, then 8 reps on the left. If 8 is too much, do 5 per leg and build up over time. If you're still with me, type "done" after you finish your first side. Let's do a quick check-in. If you're watching right now, type "present" in the comments. We appreciate you being here and staying with us. Exercise 5, seated marching, slow and controlled. This final move ties everything together. It looks simple, but when done slowly, it becomes a full lower body activation pattern. Why it matters? Marching uses a coordinated sequence: hip, thigh, and lower leg working together. That sequence creates a wave-like pump effect. It also trains coordination, which matters for stability after 60. And because you're seated, you get the pattern without the fall risk. What you should feel: a steady working sensation in the thighs and hips, plus light calf engagement as your feet return to the floor. How to do it: sit tall, hands lightly on the chair or thighs. Lift your right knee 4 to 6 inches, or any comfortable height. Take 2 seconds to lift. Hold 1 second. Take 2 seconds to lower. Switch legs.
Do this for 60 seconds at a slow, steady pace. As you lift one knee, gently press the opposite foot into the floor. That gives the planted side extra calf activation while the other leg lifts. More pump, still safe. Breathing. Inhale on the lift, exhale on the lower. Keep shoulders soft. The 5-minute follow along. Now that you know the form, here's the quick 5-minute flow you can repeat daily. This is the part you can screenshot, write down, or keep as your routine. Set a timer for 5 minutes or follow this sequence. Ankle pumps, 45 seconds. Steady rhythm. Heel raises, 45 seconds. 3-second hold if possible. Toe raises, 45 seconds. Slow and controlled. Knee extensions, 45 seconds total. About 20 to 25 seconds per leg with pauses. Seated marching, 60 seconds. Slow tempo. Finish with ankle pumps again, 60 seconds. This flushes the routine.
2 important reminders. If you can't finish the time, do half. Half is still a win. If your legs are very stiff, your range will improve over days, not minutes. How often should you do it? If your legs get heavy after sitting, once in the morning and once in the afternoon can be helpful. If you're maintaining, once daily is a strong baseline. If you travel or sit long hours, do ankle pumps anytime you've been seated for 30 to 60 minutes. Progression, so you actually improve, not just repeat. Week 1, 1 round daily. Week 2, add a second round 3 days per week. Week 3, add 1 second to holds. Heel raises and toe raises. Week 4, add 2 to 3 reps to the strength moves or slow the lowering phase.
And here's a very practical, real-life tip. Pair this routine with an existing habit. After breakfast, after dinner, or during the first commercial break of a TV show. Consistency beats motivation. Closing. Here's the big takeaway. Better circulation after 60 usually doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from activating the right muscles more consistently. This chair routine is small, but it's targeted, and targeted movement, repeated over time, helps your body do what it was designed to do: move fluid up and out of the lower legs. You may notice changes gradually: less heaviness after sitting, less tightness in the calves, feet that feel warmer, steps that feel steadier, and more confidence when you stand up. Pick one simple goal. Do this once daily for 7 days. No perfection, just consistency. Now, tell me in the comments, which symptom bothers you most? Swelling, cold feet, numbness, cramping, or heaviness? And which exercise felt easiest for you today? If this was clear and helpful, subscribe for more doctor-informed, senior-safe routines to protect circulation, strength, and balance. Share this with someone who's been told to just walk more. Walking can help, but for many seniors, the missing piece is the muscle pump. Thanks for training with me. Your legs are still adaptable, and your next 5 minutes can make a real difference.